10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's get some quick logistics out of the way. First of all, you all are muted in a webinar, and unfortunately we can't see your smiley faces in the webinar, but you can see us, the panelists, the CCIC 2020 staff. Welcome. My name is Henry Danielson. I am not an alien. I am a human trying to stop space, cybersecurity from taking us all down. I'm very excited to be here with you all today. I'm going to scoot over these questions because they're illuminating my gorgeous new helmet. Very handsome. Thank you again for everyone. And yes, there is space crime out there. Thank you from Aiden. I greet you all with the most utmost happiness. We are emitting space dust right in front of you right now. If you could see the tingles on my arm, you would understand how excited I am to be with all of you. So let's get started. Welcome to the CCIC California Cyber Innovation Challenge 2020. I need to see some thumbs up and woohoo, woohoo, and virtual hugs, woohoo, woohoo. All right, for your information, we will be recording this session to share with others. Because of the content, we are so excited and thrilled. Currently, there are 270 participants in our current Zoom, just to let you know how many people. Oh, it just went up to 271. So, first of all, we are thrilled at the turnout. 85 teams competing and over 400 students. That means last year we had 100 or more. That means we've almost tripled what we've done before virtually. We had to pivot this year and we are very excited and thrilled. Again, for COVID folks, we miss you and we wish to see you again next year, hopefully in person. We want to announce that we will be doing Discord and using Zoom for our current platforms. CCIC 2020, taking it to the gaming land, right? We want to do 3D and wonderful things to make you want to play and have a great time. So let's first start off with a few logistics. California Cyber Innovation Challenge, or CCIC 2020, welcome, will be Saturday, that's tomorrow, 9 a.m. The competition begins at 9:15 a.m. promptly. That means our servers are collated with the space and GPS, and they are doing timestamps to not let you in until 9:15 a.m. tomorrow promptly. And we do have Martians watching, so be aware. Next one, final rounds are Saturday, 6:15 to 6:30 p.m. Those are our final round selections. That's when we will send and tell you the top 10 teams that made it for judging the next day. Sunday, 9 to 11 is our judging for the top 10 teams, and awards will be from 11 to noon. Cassidy, who is here, hello Cassidy, shake your hand and say hi, and Luis will be on Discord after this webinar for support. And also, you want to recall, you need to register tonight and today for sure. Again, Cassidy will be available on Discord and after this Zoom to be able to help you all. We also want to announce during 12 to 1 will be our lunchtime, and you can jump over to the sponsors area on our Discord channel to take a look at one of the great sponsors that has helped us do this and made this possible. We also wanted to talk a little bit about when asking for tech support, please help us identify what you need. Help us help you. For example, if you are in the rooms, you need room support or Windows Server instance support, put that in the help bot by stating !help and describe your room or help that you need, autopsy, etc. in the chat when you need support. We want to ensure this is a thoroughly wonderful experience for all of you, 3D, mind you. and gamified. Also, some hints are available, but they will result in penalty. So, first of all, I wanted to say we are honored to be training the next generation of cyber researchers and professionals. You all are here because you're amazing, and we are really, really stoked that you're here. Thank you to the students, coaches, parents, and everyone in here. Let me also tell you all why I wake up every day, or what's my why life? What's my why in life? It's to support all the students learning about InfoSec and cybersecurity. And it could be a young person and it could be an older person. My whole point is I want to change people's lives, and I think we did that really, really well this year. We have strived to take this event to outer space, hence the helmet. And low Earth orbit. You all are learning about LEO and beyond. This year, our speakers are amazing. And thanks again for their time and efforts. It is gonna blow your mind. And the emitting space dust you will get from these speakers will change your trajectory. Oh boy, anyway, you know what I'm saying. So, our guests, we are excited to announce our guests this year. And by the way, Cybersecurity, it's good stuff. Cerf, Chief Internet Evangelist for Google. His full 15-minute video will be available on Discord and in the Zoom link today. The next, Jeff Moss, DEF CON Black Hat creator. Also, our closing ceremonies, we are really honored to have NASA retired CIO Renee Wynn. So, we are thrilled to have Cerf, an American internet pioneer who continues to work on the internet, and by the way, wrote the first TCP protocol. Anybody in this room knows what that is? Robots say yes. And also, are you ready for this? Works on the interplanetary internet with NASA and JPL. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Cerf. Reminder again, his full 15-minute video will be available on Discord and Zoom. Please watch describe space networks and security. It will be available all weekend. It still makes me so thrilled to be able to talk and have you understand who these people are. It's amazing. Ryan, please, let's start it off with Vint.
Hello, my name is Cerf. I'm Google's Chief Internet Evangelist. Thanks for participating in this year's challenge. I want to welcome you all to the California Cyber Innovation Challenge 2020. What you are learning this weekend is paramount to our theme, the convergence of space and cybersecurity. I'm excited to see students gaining skills in the cyberspace domain. Protecting data stored by satellites is more important than ever before. Our adversaries are weaponizing space, and it's our responsibility to defend our national assets. As students participating in the CCIC, you're not only an important part of this solution, but also at the frontier of amazing opportunities.
All right, man, oh man, that was flippin' awesome. That is Cerf, and that's just a little hint of what this man is about. His 15-minute video, again, will be available in Discord and on the Zoom throughout the entire weekend, and I highly suggest you take a peek at it. Maybe even do it if you can before. You never know. There might be some clues in his video. Just saying. All right, next. Let's briefly chat about Jeff Moss, world-renowned hacker. Jeff Moss, AKA the Dark Tangent, and creator of the information security and hacking events, DEF CON and Black Hat. I spoke to him yesterday or 2 days ago and told him how amazing you all are for doing what you do. And I want to let you know, by the way, his credentials also include sworn into the Homeland Security Advisory Council in 2009 in Washington, D.C., Jeff was also appointed the ICANN Chief Security Officer in 2011. He also is a commissioner at the Global Commission on Stability of Cyberspace. That means he's talking with all countries across the planet. So, without any further ado, and I'm going to get verklempt and cry a little bit with happiness, this is awesome. I'm honored to welcome the creative and wonderful Jeff Moss. Ryan, can you please play Jeff?
Hi, I'm Jeff Moss, also known as the Dark Tangent, and the founder and creator of both DEF CON, the largest hacking conference in the world with maybe 30,000 people, last time we did it in person last year, pre-COVID, and Black Hat, one of the world's largest information security conferences. So between the two of them, I've spent my life mostly focused on either hacking or on InfoSec. You can hear that in the background. I'm trapped right now in Singapore, recording this when I would rather be there live, kicking off the event. But I have a couple ideas I want to share with you, and I want to really thank you for inviting me. It's been a while since I've talked to anybody in the high school or the middle school area interested in cybersecurity or hacking. So I've got a couple of thoughts, tell you a little bit about my history and why I think what you're doing now is so exciting, and why the next decade, they say, is going to be the decade of tech. And in that decade of tech, people like you are going to become really important. So let me give you a couple of thoughts. When I started back in the day, 20, 30 years ago, over 30 years ago, in hacking, there's a couple of things I realize now, looking back, that were so important to me. And they taught me basically everything I needed to know about my life was through hacking. For example, I learned that knowledge is king. Right? What I knew, what I didn't know, I had to understand what I didn't know to understand where to go find the information to learn it, if I really needed to. Right? So understanding what you know and what you don't know, really important, because you can't really fake it. It's kind of hard in the hacking scene to pretend you know something when you don't. You'll get called out, you'll run across a real expert, and then the game's up, right? You can't fake it anymore. But on the other hand, it was okay to ask for help. The whole community was built around finding mentors. I spent a lot of my youth trying to find other people willing to teach me. And I think that rubbed off on me, because as I grew up and started DEF CON, it was all about essentially teaching the next generation of hackers. I didn't know it at the time that's really what I was doing, but in hindsight, that's essentially what I was doing, building a community of hackers, academics, researchers, people who break things, fix things, and then getting them to tell everybody else what they discovered and teach them. Right? That's a big part of what you're going to do for the rest of your life, explaining what it is, how you do what you do to other people. And a large part of that, I found out, is who you know. And I don't mean that in sort of the transactional sense. I mean that in the sense that you will never know it all. And if you're trying to solve a problem, it's multifaceted. You're going to need to find other experts that will teach you, help you out, right? You're doing that right now probably on your team. You can't be the single person executing and defending against attacks. You need a group of people to help you out. And so you have to become a team player. You have to know the right people. And the corollary to that is you have to trust the right people. So I became really adept at trying to determine, is somebody trustworthy? Do I tell them a secret about a new exploit or vulnerability or something new that's coming out, some rumor that I heard? You quickly figure out who's on your side and who's not, who you can trust with important information, who you can't. And that's a skill that'll be important for the rest of your life. Because really, your reputation that you're building now, that you've started building, you might not think much of it now, but in 10 years, you're gonna realize that your reputation is the most valuable thing you've got. Right? It takes you forever to build it. It takes years to build a good reputation. You can lose that reputation in a couple of bad tweets, right? It's slow to build and quick to go away. But that reputation is like your first impression. People will have heard of your work or heard about how you participated on a winning team, maybe much earlier than ever meeting you. So I would find in the hacking scene, people would come up to me and say, hey, I know I can tell you this, and I know you're not going to tell everybody because I heard from these 3 other people that you're trustworthy. That was fantastic. I didn't have to convince them. They just knew because of my reputation. But because of that, also, it means there's no real quick wins, right? You can't really cheat. If you do something, word will get out, and then your reputation will take a hit. So just know that. No matter how tempting it is now, reputation, really important. And then finally, it's about about doing things that people tell you that can't be done. I'm trying to think of a good way to put this. Manufacturers will tell you, you can't break into this product. Lawyers might say, well, no, that's illegal to unlock the door. But you might think it's still possible, and you might want to show them. And so we've seen this forever with hackers, right? Hacking insulin pumps that the medical industry said couldn't be hacked. Smart cars couldn't be hacked. Locks couldn't be hacked. We have access control system, aerospace. We just had a hack-a-sat contest at DEF CON, right? Your whole future, you're going to be doing things that people tell you that can't be done. And as exciting that is, you have to also understand that people generally fear what they don't understand. So a large part of what you'll end up doing at some point is explaining to people why it is you can do what you do, because you're trying to dispel the fear. If people are fearful, they'll pass all kinds of crazy laws that will make technology research very difficult. So where I'm going with this is your future is going to be really exciting. And one reason is that future, next decade, they're calling the decade of tech. And you thought you had tech before this. You haven't seen anything yet. This next decade will be smart everything, AI, everything, computerized policy everywhere. And in that world, people that can research it, reveal vulnerabilities, are going to become incredibly valuable. Let me give you an example. Companies don't tell you really what the vulnerabilities are in their products. Organized criminals don't tell you how they're breaking in and stealing things. Governments don't tell you what's vulnerable for a number of reasons. Maybe they're using it, maybe they don't want to embarrass a company, but it really comes down to us, hackers, researchers, and academics, to look at the technology and explain to people what is possible, what is not possible, what should be the policy response. Does the AI algorithm have a bias? Is that important? You know, is the airplane certified to fly? Is it safe enough? Whatever it is, technology, vulnerabilities have historically always been disclosed by us. And that's kind of scary. We're acting as the white blood cells for a society. We're kind of the immunity system, telling people, yeah, Ring might say they're safe as a doorbell, but in reality, look at these past 10 vulnerabilities, right? Maybe not so safe. Don't let your uncle buy it and install it. So that function will become even more critical as more and more of society goes online. And then finally, the good news is, because of this, you've got a job for life if you want, right? Employment for life. But the bad news is you've got employment for life. And so it's going to be really important for you to manage burnout. Think about it this way. You're not fighting to solve cybersecurity. You're not going to get into this field and fix it, solve everything. But what you're going to do is you're going to get in here and you're going to make fantastic contributions. You're going to make products safer for citizens. You're going to maybe help policymakers pass better laws to help everybody. You're going to do things with real impact for society. And you're going to work toward making cybersecurity safer, make the society and the technology safer. But you're not going to solve it. And that's okay, because nobody's asking you to solve it. We're just all looking at you as the next generation of hackers and researchers that are going to deeply understand this technology, and you're going to work to make the world a better place. And no pressure, but I'm counting on you. So, with that said, it's best of luck to all the teams competing in the CCIC 2020 this year, and I hope to meet you all at some future event, because we couldn't meet in person this year. If we do see each other in person, I want you to come up and say hello. So, congratulations for making it this far, and best of luck.
All right, wow. Like I said, very inspirational speech. If you are a young person or an older person and someone told you all the things that he just told you, I think you would be pretty dang excited for this wonderful career ahead of you. Also, he told me about the decade of tech. How many people in this planet knew that word? That's what I'm talking about. Very cool. He is a very inspirational speaker, and I'm very, very honored that we had Jeff come and talk to you all. And I'm super stoked. Again, he's locked away right now in Singapore doing Black Hat Asia, still doing cybersecurity, even continental, jumping continents to be able to do the right thing. And I hope, if anything, you got a great message out of that. It was really, really inspirational, and I think he had wonderful advice. So we will be sharing this video later, so you'll be able to watch it again and again to be able to get some of the nuggets and some of the things that you may have missed. But I'm really, really excited that we were able to have Vint open this. And again, back to watching Vint's 15-minute or so, how security and satellites and how the deep space network is affecting us is really, really relevant. And again, maybe there'll be some hints in there. You never know. So what I'd like to do now is I am honored and welcomed to one of the greatest people that I've met in our whole entire group, the creative, the amazing, the phenomenal superstar, Bree Zidar, who is paramount in the CCIC 2020. Bree, bring it on.
What's up, y'all? My name is Bree Zidar. I am one of the students who worked on creating the CCIC for y'all this year. We spent months talking with satellite companies, tech experts, and cybersecurity champions to bring y'all a cutting-edge and extremely relevant challenge. And then a few months ago, completely redesigned that challenge to be available to you all 100% virtually. So while it was challenging, after a little bit of inspiration from Club Penguin, I personally think the virtual option is an even more fun option than the original challenge we had made for you all. Cybersecurity in space is one of the most important and fastest growing industries right now. It is so exciting to be on the forefront of that and to be able to give y'all the experience to be some of the youngest cyberspace explorers out there. All of this being said, I know I speak on behalf of the entire team when I say I am stoked to present to y'all the 2020 CCIC, and just want to use some of this time to thank the incredible team of students who worked so hard to create, design, and redesign this challenge for y'all. And a huge thank you to our sponsors and staff here at the CCI. So with that, I will pass the torch off to another student employee who this challenge would not be possible without, the incredible Cassidy. Cassidy, take it away.
Thank you, Bree. And thank you to our exceptional team as well. Their hard work in making this virtual has been super impressive. So I'm going to talk more about accessing to tomorrow's challenge, which I know is a lot of the questions we've been getting in the chat. So first, I want to begin by explaining how each team member is going to have their own credentials to access the challenge. That means you're going to have your own access to the locations, your own EC2 instance with all forensics, so you don't have to worry about sharing that data. That being said, your credentials are linked to your fellow teammates. So, for example, if the wonderful Bree and I are on the same team, if she inputs a correct code or flag, then it's scored for the entire team as a whole. So that means if I try to resubmit the exact same code, it'll come back and tell you this has already been scored for your team. Congrats. So no worries there, everything is team-based. Also, that means though, if certain responses or codes say you only have one attempt, that means you have one attempt for your entire team. So if I submit the one attempt, that means if Bree tries to submit, it's gonna say, I'm sorry, you don't get any points because maybe Cassidy got it wrong. So definitely be careful there as well. This is great since you each have access to your own like instances and everything. So you might have questions though. So if you need help throughout the challenge, please use the bot in Discord. We've mentioned it a couple times. You're gonna do this using the exclamation point help and then followed by a description. So as Henry mentioned, you could put exclamation help and then room support or instant support, analysis, whatever it is that you need help with, because this will help us be able to get you the help you need quicker, especially with the number of teams we have competing. So we really appreciate that. Also, this means each team member is going to need to create their CCIC credentials, as we call them, to access the challenge tomorrow. So you need to use your email that your coach gave to us when registering your team. And I emphasized this extremely. Please do this tonight. I don't want you to come to the competition tomorrow and not be able to get access and lose 5 or 10 minutes trying to get access. So if you can do this tonight, that would be great. I'm going to send out a message in a couple minutes in the Discord announcements channel with the link and a set of instructions that get you through everything. It's basically just like any creating an account system where you're going to create an account, put in your email, create a password, and it'll send you a link to verify your email, and then you'll have access. So you will be able to access the home page, which gives you some more details about the challenge, basically explaining everything I just said in words on the page. And you have access to the scoreboard as of now because that is public, although there are no scores. So feel free to take a look at that as well. The biggest thing is please do all of this tonight, and also please verify on that home page that the team you are associated with and the level that your team is supposed to be, which was given and decided through your coach, is correct. And I will be here in the meeting afterwards and also available on Discord, as well as Luis, one of our other fantastic student employees as well. So that all being said, I'll be available for questions after, and I'm now going to send it back to the spectacular space Henry over here.
Thank you. So Cassie, I have a couple questions that are in there. So is there a penalty for submitting the wrong flag?
So there is no penalty for submitting the wrong flag. It will just tell you that it is wrong. You have unlimited submissions, except for, as I mentioned, there is one question where you have a certain number of attempts, but it's not a code. It's like using an answer to a question.
Great. One more. Where's the scoreboard going to be located? They like scoreboard.
See, I'm glad you asked because I figured that would be the case. So I'm going to send in the message also the link to the overall CCIC information. So parents, coaches, sponsors, anyone can access that page, which gives a little bit of information about the challenge and access to the scoreboard. But overall, if you go to the challenge link I give you and then /scoreboard, there it is, and it is.
Awesome. So I also want to reiterate, the only people in the channel of the team is the team. There is no one else allowed in that channel. So this is a competition for students only, and they're the only ones that will be able to be in there. So for observers, you can go into Discord, which is where the entire competition will be, but you won't be able to see them actually competing. However, we'll be doing some live tweets. We'll be doing some screen sharing with the students, talking with them a little bit on how it's going, checking in. So we're going to be doing some live actual so that the folks on Discord will get to see, as well as our social media, to see what's happening. So I think that's about all of our questions that I think have been mostly asked. Again, we will be on here for a little bit longer to ask them. Also, make sure that you're on Discord and jump on there. A lot of the questions are also answered. If you go to Cal Poly and CCIC, tells you the requirements. One question today was Chromebook. Yes, you can use a Chromebook. That's a huge win for our team, and thank you very much for all of us to be able to do that, because I know some of you out there, that may be the only one that you have or the only device that you have. This is a web-based challenge, and we're very proud of that. I wanted to give a shout out to the rest of the team that is here or may not be here, but seeing some of the other people that created this challenge, great stuff, and we are very excited. We took it to the space limit. We're going way past Mars this time. So again, I'm really, really stoked and psyched. That's all we really have today. I want to close with, again, thank you to Cal Poly, the CCI, and anyone and everyone that has made this a wonderful experience. And tomorrow, again, we want to make sure that you're ready to go. So reiterating with Cassidy, make sure you register tonight. Do not wait and be a slacker and register tomorrow morning and lose a little bit. Another one of the questions that got asked was, Is our whole team just gonna get one instance? Cassidy?
No, so each team member, person that logs into an account will get their own instance. You will also have access to the 3D locations yourself as well. So as long as you're logged into your account, you can have access. I will say though, you only get one instance. So if there's a problem, please contact us via the help bot so we can help you out, because it's only going to allow you to create one instance. So we want to make sure we get it all correct the first time.
So last question, one of the questions was observers register. No, this is just for the students. The students are the only ones actually having access to the actual competition. Anyone else will be able to look at tonight's video that we did. You'll be able to go into Discord, which is fine, and poke around, but you will not be able to be in the competition or get access to the instances. This is for the students only. So without further ado, thank you very much, Bill Britton, the entire team, everyone that has helped us out. I'm really amazed. Marty, Danielle, everyone. I'm just super psyched. So we're going to stay on here for a little bit longer. But again, this is actually the close of it. And thank you all for your wonderful attendance. Right now, it's going to make me cry with happiness. There are 303 participants on here right now. And we expect over 400 tomorrow competing. And we're super psyched that you're all here. And may the space be with you. Dun, 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 dun.